So I'm going to invite Paula Quinn up. She's a mom and a parent in our school, and among many other things that she does in her life. And so I'm going to invite Paula to talk about her experience and to share with us about her journey with Alpha and the Alpha program. So, why don't you go talk from here? Hi, Paula.
Italian, I brought a party. Father Peter was very clever. He did not email me to ask me to do this tonight. He cornered me at a meeting in person, and it's hard to say no. So I promised to make this fun, not boring. So welcome. Thank you for having me.
So Paula, did somebody corner you and say, hey, do you want to do Alpha, or how did you get involved with Alpha?
So a friend cornered me, actually, a very dear friend,
Yeah.
Molly Luthvin. But just before this, has anyone ever taken Alpha? Okay, so there's a couple people. Well, that's good. So I was born and raised Italian Catholic, and there was no choice to be Catholic. That's just, you love pasta, you love good food, you love Sunday dinners, you love your priest like their family, and you love going to church every Sunday, and you didn't question it. So that's how I was raised. And as adults, I got married. We have 2 beautiful children. We went through all the sacraments, and they go to Catholic school. And I just felt like during COVID, there was all this family time, which I love the family time. But I think something was missing. I feel like I'm a good Catholic, do all those things that I mentioned. But when I got that email from Molly, something kind of stirred my interest. And I'm like, I should make time for this. I've made time for family. And so I said, great. And the other requirement was that it was over Zoom. So it was a little less intimidating because I'm not a very open person with my faith. I kind of keep it very private within the family. So it was a little intimidating, to be honest. And it was at 10 a.m., so I couldn't have a glass of wine before. But that's okay.
So not all of them are 10 a.m.? There are 7 p.m.?
Yeah, do the night one if you need a little liquid courage.
Yeah, there you go. Can you share some of your experience? How did you find Alpha? Was it good? Was it, yeah.
So I will say, being, as I mentioned, Italian Catholic, I did not go to Catholic school. So I did feel like I didn't get that strong upbringing of what is being Catholic really about. And my first impression, I'm sitting at my dining room table and, we're in this group Zoom, and this very nice British man starts speaking, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. I felt like I was watching Downton Abbey, one of my favorite shows, and he just starts talking about being Jewish and a non-believer and his experience. And I looked at it through a different lens. I'd always, this is how I am, this is what my family does. And hearing his perspective and his journey and his story was completely eye-opening, and it made me realize at all points, looking back in my life, when God was present. I get emotional. During all the highs and lows, I didn't see it. And I think it was just a very eye-opening experience. And I'm not a crier, so what's going on? I don't know, sorry.
Paula, thank you for sharing that and for allowing us to join you in the emotions of that and the power of that. And so very simply, if somebody was to ask you about joining Alpha or signing up for Alpha, what would you say to them?
I would say do it. It's 10 weeks. It's an hour of your time. The ladies, in my group, there was a bunch of women, but there was mixed genders, obviously. But the women that I was able to spend that hour each week, we have created a bond, and we still keep in touch. And it's just good. I mean, we had COVID, and when you get COVID, you lose your taste and your sense of smell. And I kind of felt like that's kind of how I felt with my Catholicism. I kind of lost the taste and smell of what it really means to be Catholic. And it was just such a good refresher. And I can't recommend it enough. It's really good.
Curious, what's
so I did bring. I brought some wine, so I feel like we're having dinner, so I brought some good wine. It's not the Costco stuff, so it's actually the good stuff. And I brought you some pasta and some homemade pesto. So I don't know if I can leave it up there, but I didn't, Yeah.
Right.
So thank you. So I felt like this is just a good experience, and I hope maybe you consider doing the course.
Thank you so much.